All right, everyone, welcome to the Bro Code. It is Thursday, March 27th, and we are back at it. Really excited about the call tonight. We have two brothers that are going to share tonight. The first of which is going to give us a testimony, and then the second brother tonight I'll introduce a little bit later. But before we do any of that, we have to keep the main thing the main thing. So let's go to the Lord in prayer. Father God, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this opportunity to gather together, Lord God. We just pray right now that you would bless our fellowship, Father God, that you would touch the hearts of the men here tonight and the men that will listen to this later. Father, we just ask that you would bless our fellowship tonight, and may it honor and glorify you. It's in your name we pray. Amen. All right, y'all. So our first testimony tonight is incredible. My brother Ethan can do so. Is going to share a little bit about his testimony and how Plexus has helped him overcome some pretty incredible things. So Ethan, take it away, my brother.
Hey, what's up, guys? I work full time as a corrections officer here in North Carolina. Part time as a firefighter. I've been doing that since I was 16. I'm now 27. Um, Seen a lot of things, PTSD's big in my life. Traumatic events has happened to me in the past history. And I was at the firehouse one day. We're having a meeting, and Michael told me about Plexus. I was like, okay. And he's like, so what's your daily routine? I was drinking seven nosses a day to stay motivated. Uh, Going through divorce, not sleeping, so nosses is what I lived on. Like if I want to drink, no water, no Mountain Dew, it was seven nosses a day, and that's not good for you. After like looking down at it, that's like I was hyped, but that's also why I couldn't sleep at night. So he told me about Plexus, and he said do the restart. I reset. I did it. Loved it. I lost 6 pounds in the first reset. Started taking the product. My little girl beside me, and I loved it. 6 pounds in 3 days, man. I was like, whoa, all right. Then I started doing the gut health and knocking the gut health out, and I saw weight start losing and losing, going down and down and down, and then my energy going up and up and up. And then I cut out all the nosses, and it changed my life. I mean, I went from seven nosses to zero to having energy to sleeping at night. My mood has changed. Like when I go to work, I went from zero to 100 quick. Inmate say something wrong, it was on. Like it was fight or flight, and it was fight mostly. Now I can talk to them, understand them, and like my whole life is flipped completely 180, and I feel amazing. Um, I feel good about it, And I just ordered some of that strawberry mix. I'm dying to try that. Like I've been waiting, so I just made another order. But like I said, I've done a complete 180. I've cut out all soda, all nosses, all any drinks, and I'm strictly water and sweet tea. I ain't gonna lie, I drink a lot of sweet tea. Probably not the best thing, but that's what keeps our shift alive at prison. But I mean, I would not change anything else about like my supplements I take other than Plexus. Like it's completely changed my life completely, and I'm happy with it, and I'll continue to do it. So I went from 2023. I was 400 pounds. All right, that was September and October. I was 400 pounds. I'm now down 156 pounds since then. Now that's
Right in.
Now that's not only with plexus. So I also had the surgery done. I had the gastric sleeve done. And so that has a lot to do with it, but that was a choice I made prior to all this, and it's changed my life. Eating habits are better, and when they tell you it takes the sensor out of your brain to tell you to eat, it does. So I went from eating, constantly to wanting to eat and not forgetting to eat. So before I got the surgery, I lost 100 pounds by myself. Well, that's with plexus, workout, and everything else. Then with the surgery, I've lost that 56 since October 31st. So, I mean, my life has changed dramatic. I'm happy. I'm healthy. I'm not hurting as much. My back pain's gone away. My knee pain's gone away, and it has changed my life. And I love Plexus.
Man, I appreciate that. And you show up for that baby girl, right?
Always,
So
always.
You can show up better for that baby girl. Man, we appreciate you sharing your story tonight, Ethan. We really, really, really thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank you for
All
letting me
right,
share.
y'all. Tonight, my brother Justin Goff is with us. He's gonna tell you more about his story, but I want to talk to y'all a little bit about why I asked Justin or how I came to even know about Justin. Um, but before today. I had heard about the Golf family, heard about Megan, seen, some of the content they put. I didn't really know them, right? We're in Punta Cana on leaders retreat a couple years ago, and I'm riding in this go-kart back to the hotel with Megan and their son, right? And my wife is like, "That's the Goffs." And I'm like, "Yo, okay." And so I so I turn around and I start having a conversation with these just wonderfully amazing people. And so I start talking to Justin's son, and he starts talking about what it has meant to him to have his dad present in his life for his entire life, what is meant for him to have his dad's presence as they matriculate and as he has grown up to now become a young man, what his dad's influence has meant to him. And what we talk about on this call and what we've been talking about on this call is creating the option, right? Not that staying home isn't for everybody, we get that, but having the option to be present, right? Not allowing work and not allowing other people to dictate whether or not you get to be present with your kids. That's what we talk about all the time. And so tonight, I want y'all to hear from someone who has an incredible health story, one, but two, who is living the life where he has the option to be present 100% of the time. And so, without further ado, Justin, I'm not going to tell any more of your story. I'm gonna let you take it away, brother. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. It's pretty humbling. I wasn't on that trip, and so I stayed home with some of our other kids, and so I didn't know about that until just I didn't know about that conversation that Luther had with my son until just recently. And so, and to be honest, guys, I'll just shoot straight with you tonight. Um, hopefully I can be an encouragement and a blessing to you guys and point you in the right direction. But really, I come in humility. It's just how like even the introduction is humbling. And so the older I get, the more I cry. And so when I was younger, I didn't cry because guys don't cry. But the older I get, that's a lie. The older I get, the more it seems I cry. So Jesus cried too, so I'm in good hands, I think. And so I'll just go with it. But you know, so thanks for the introduction. Thanks for spending some time with me or allowing me to spend time with you guys tonight. Um, our journey started, we actually started, my wife and I started Plexus in 2015. But our health journey started a couple years before that. So my wife got really sick. Um, Back then we had, I don't know, I'd have to do the math. We had probably five or six kids, five maybe. We have seven now. But anyway, um, she got really sick and we really didn't know what was going on. And we went from doctor to doctor and all these different things. And they would tell her things like, you have to have surgery or you have to take these pills or it's all in your head. One doctor told her. But the interesting thing is we had to go through all that so that we could, years later, um, be able to comfort people going through the same thing and be able to share our story. And so sometimes I'll just throw that out to you. Sometimes when you go through things in life, it's for you to learn, but it's not for you to keep to yourself. It's for you to help other people with. Um, so we started in 2015. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of all that other stuff about the health story with her, but we started in 2015 because we were out of options. She was sick, and we didn't know it at the time, but we had a mold problem in our home, and it was causing a lot of trouble for her. and it was causing a lot of trouble for my oldest two sons. I wasn't home very much back then. I was in road construction. I was running road construction projects, so I was up, 4 a.m. and I'd get home who knows when, maybe at supper, maybe at bedtime, maybe after. And um, so we started on the products in 2015 to help my wife. Now, at the same time, before this, I was praying for a business opportunity. Um, I loved the work I did. I just, there's two things I always wanted to be in life. And one was a soldier, and two was a dad. So I was able to be a soldier as a young man years ago. Years ago, I was in the military a total of 12 years. We're active and Army Reserve both, and so I had been able to do that. And now I was working road construction 2015, and I'd been praying like, Lord, I'm grateful for the job, um, but I'm just not home. There's got to be more to life than this. Like if you want, and I was my prayer life is fairly raw. I don't, maybe it's not reverent, I don't know, but I just kind of go with it. And I just remember telling the Lord, like, if you want me to be in road construction, I'll be the best road construction guy you've got. Like in the kingdom, I'll be the best one you've got. I said, but I just feel like there's got to be more than this. And so little did I know, I was thinking we were going to start doing like a concrete company, something I could do with my sons. I have five sons. Um, but little did I know, my wife was going to get sick, and then introduced this company called Plexus. And so we start taking the products in 2015. I see results right away. It took my wife 6 months to see results because her body was just so toxic. She was really having a hard time, and it took her about 6 months. And then the products really started helping her. But I personally saw products the first month in May, or in the summer of 2015. So for me, a lot like Ethan, it wasn't energy drinks for me, Ethan, but it was about 2.5 pots of coffee a day is what I was running on. And I'd get up, I'd have a pot of coffee gone before I left the house. And then I'd work all day, and then I'd come home, and on the way home, I would either have to take a nap halfway from work to home, or I'd have to stop and get another cup of coffee and a Snickers bar just to make it home to fall asleep on the couch, only to repeat the cycle the next day. And so what I saw with Plexus, one of the things was I had energy, and I didn't need to drink that much. I didn't need to drink that much coffee. And so I was able to reduce caffeine. It also helped me to sleep, probably because I wasn't drinking 2.5 pots of coffee a day. But Plexus helped me to have deep sleep. It helped me with a bunch of aches and pains, as you'll hear from a lot of people, especially guys. Inflammation in my hands. I work with my hands. Inflammation in my knees, all throughout my body. It helped with that. And it helped. One of the things that really helped for me was digestive issues. And so we are a gut health company. So you got to talk about poop sometimes. It's just, you got to get over that fear if you're wanting to do anything with this business. But it helped me because I had a bipolar gut. It was anybody's guess on what was going to happen for the day. You just had to be ready, and so thankfully for Plexus, it helped regulate me. And so from a health perspective, it really changed my life. I was able to run, let's see, just a couple years ago, I was able to run a half Ironman. And I felt good, and I still feel good. I feel good today at 48, almost to be 49, coming up here in about a month. But from a health perspective, I was sold on the products right away. And so my whole family started taking the products, and we started talking to people. People were asking what we were doing, and we were just telling them, hey, we're taking some stuff called Plexus. But here's where the rub came in for me. My wife came to me one day, and she already had started secretly sharing anyway, I think, because she signed me up like she told me, "Hey, you're an ambassador." I'm like, "What's that even mean?" Like she signed me up while I was at work, you know. She was trying to hit gold and I was number 20, I think, at the time for her. And so, but she's like, "Hey, there's a business opportunity with this Plexus thing." And I said, "There is no way I'm doing Plexus." I said, "My name is important to me. These companies they're fly by night. I think they're illegal. This network marketing stuff is like a pyramid scheme. Like nobody makes any money. I'm out." And she's like, "Well, do you mind if I start sharing stuff on Facebook?" I said, "You know what? You go for it. I love the products, but there's no way I'm telling people, there's no way I'm working this business. No thanks." And so we went about our business, and about 2 weeks later, she got back then we got check stubs in the mail. We had direct deposit back then, but it was a check stub. And her first check was, I don't remember now. I'd have to go back and ask her. Um, it was a few $100. And so I was like, so she's like, "Hey, check this out." When I got home and I looked at this check, and I'm like, "What did you do? Like, why are they sending you money?" She's like, "Oh, I don't know." I'm like, "Well, we need to find out." Like, I'm like, "Is this legal?" And this is exactly what I asked her. I was not congratulatory at all. So tip maybe number one or two, if your wife's in Plexus and she shows you a check, just go with it, dude. It's legal. It's good. Like, don't respond like I did was, "Is this legal? Because I'm not going to jail because of some pyramid company you got us involved with." And so the money, I'll check the bank account. The money was in the bank, and I'm like, "You know what? I'm slow, but I'm not stupid." Like we've been praying for a couple of years for a business opportunity. I really like these products, and you just made a few $100 from home where I want to be. Like I want to be home. And so I said, "I'm going to start studying this thing of network marketing. I'm going to start studying this Plexus compensation plan." And I started to look at all of it. And the more I read, the more I studied, the more I started seeing things like I was reading stuff by Robert Kiyosaki, Warren Buffett. Oh, who else? Donald Trump. Um, who else? I have a whole bunch of books up here on my Tony Robbins. Just the list went on and on and on. And they were all putting their stamp of approval on network marketing and how it was a legitimate industry. It was like a very good industry. And I thought, this is a no brainer. I'm in. And so then I started sharing. That was the summer of 2015. And we just took off. Like, honestly, I can't even explain to you. We saw the vision right away and we put our foot on the gas and we didn't quit. We took 0 days off. Um, we took no day, like no days off. Like I would get up in the morning, I'd go work road construction. Megan would be home with the kids, which is more than one full-time job. And she would be there all day and she would message people throughout the day. I would talk to some guys on the job site throughout the day about the products and what they were doing for me. If they had any questions, I say, "Call Megan, she'll get you signed up. I don't have time to mess with it right now." And so they would. I'd come home in the evening. We would play with the kids if I had any time to do that, put them to bed, and then we'd work Plexus until who knows when, 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. And then we'd start up again. My alarm would go off at 4. I'd check the weather and go to work, and then we'd just do it over again. And we honestly didn't take our foot off the gas. Um, we bought a Mercedes Sprinter, like a hotel shuttle, and we'd just throw the kids in and we'd take off and we'd go everywhere and just do Plexus meetings. I've done Plexus meetings, took all the kids to them. Florida, Texas, out west, Iowa, Maine, uh, everywhere in between. Went to an Amish house one time. They didn't even have electricity. we had to get a drop cord and run it to the neighbor's house to plug it into their outlet so we'd have electricity to run the run the Plexus meeting at the Amish house. I was like, hey, whatever, dude, let's go. And so I mean, we took off and we just started working. We worked hard and honestly, so that was the summer of 2015. By September of um, 2016, I left road construction. We had doubled my pay in that almost not quite year and a half. And I left road construction and I did go back for a 2 day job to help them out. But um, other than that, I left road construction in September to go to Hawaii because my wife earned a trip to Hawaii and I never went back to road construction. So literally I've been home because of Plexus um, since September of 2016. And so now was it almost 9 years, it'll be 9 years this year I've been home. Have I been to Utah? Not yet, but it's on the list. So, and here we are. And so we still work Plexus, we still do meetings, um, we still do things. We have some things up our sleeve we're working on, maybe see what happens with Plexus. But it's been amazing. It's like honestly a life changer. Not just for me, but for my kids, for my wife. Um, there's just not enough I can say about it. The opportunity is absolutely real. And honestly, I can just say I'm grateful. Like, I think that's just my conclusion. I'm absolutely grateful for the opportunity. It was something I never wanted. It was, because it was pink and girly and illegal and all these different things, yet it's exactly what God had for us. And I'm grateful he did, to be honest.
Man, I love that, bro. So we're gonna open it up this time for questions.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go ahead and start.
Okay.
We heard a little bit about what it has meant to your son, to have his dad home. What has it meant to you to
Oh,
be
gosh.
home with your kids?
Uh, I don't know. Honestly, it's just been, I don't know.
Sorry to go right to the emotional.
No, you're good. I don't know. I grew up without a dad around, and one of the things I always wanted to do was be a dad. I don't know how good of one I am yet. Typically, we don't find that out till after we're probably dead and gone. But or until maybe the grandkids come along or something. I don't know. We're not at that stage yet, but um, man, it's been everything. Recently I was in the hospital for a few days. I was supposed to be on a cruise ship with Bill and Luther and maybe some of the rest of you guys, and for whatever reason, my body decided to take a pit stop at a hospital in Fort Lauderdale for a few days, and I didn't make the ship. And I'll tell you what, I'd never been in a hospital before, and so my procedure was minor compared to many people, but for me, it was the most major one I'd ever had. And so I had time in those 3 days to sit in there and think. And honestly, I didn't really think about being a Plexus Diamond. I didn't really think about money or anything like that. I just thought about my relationships and primarily with my wife and my kids. And so you ask, what has it meant to me? It's meant everything to me. Like it's given me an opportunity with them that I didn't even know was possible. Um, and so like it's hard to explain. It's changed. It literally has changed everything for me. So
I think that answer is enough, bro.
yeah, yeah.
Anybody else? Any other questions?
You can ask any question you have, anything. Don't be afraid.
I'm gonna ask another then if
Bring
nobody.
it.
I'm gonna ask-
Just ask the hardest one. I'm already trying to not cry on here, and then you ask me that question out
Hey,
of all
bro,
the
look,
questions
I'm
you
here
could
for the
ask.
tears, dog. I'm here for the tears,
Out of
bro.
all the questions, I tell you what, we talk about my kids, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
Okay, Chris. No, 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 we're not doing this chat stuff, Chris. You know why? Because the people that are gonna watch it later can't see the chat. So you gotta come off of mute and ask it, my guy.
Oh, here we go. What do we got?
All right, there I am. Hey, so I just began Plexus probably a week ago, week and a half ago,
Yep.
and it's been a out here in California. It's been a rough go of it, if you will. So, what are some of the strategies that you use to push beyond those barriers where you have a lot of rejection, even though you know what you have is great? What did
Mhm.
you do to get past that and deflect it in another area?
Yeah, I think it's a great question. And one thing that this business will do, just to let you know, it'll expose you. Um, Being told no exposes a lot. And we coach a lot of people, and someone being told no, I mean, it may bring back thoughts of a high school date rejection. It may bring back thoughts of a childhood rejection. So, I mean, there's a lot of things involved, and this business will expose a lot. And so, when you're told no, um, what do? Well, none of us like to be told no. I've been told no a lot, and over the years, I'm still told no. And so, what do you do with that? One is you don't take it personal. They don't know, or they don't know yet, or they don't understand, or you or I haven't done a good enough job modeling it or explaining it. And so don't take it personal. A lot of people are really busy and they don't think about plexus like maybe you do or like I do, and so they're a little skeptical, kind of like I was at the beginning too. And so, how do you overcome it? You overcome it. Like it's like there's just some things you just have to go through, and that's one of them. And so if you believe in the products or the business opportunity, you just keep showing up.
Mm-hmm.
And those people, you can follow back up with those people. Like they may, it might take a week for some of them. It might take a year. It might take 5 years. I don't know. But here's the thing: is you're not the only thing you're doing is helping people. It's like what's it say on behind your? Does it say is that a cross and behind on the wall, or does it say faith on it?
Yeah, it's just faith. Yeah, it's a
Okay,
cross.
good, perfect. And so it's like sharing that with people. What are people going to do? They're going to say no, probably. You're crazy, probably. But why do you keep sharing?
You know the
My
truth.
life.
Because you believe. You believe. You
Yeah.
have faith. There's nothing in you like that will cause you to stop sharing that. And so Plexus is not really any different. You don't really have to come up with a huge story either. You have a story. You started a journey. It's just a matter of sharing that journey with people and helping people. Um, Unfortunately, the vast majority are probably going to say no. It's just part of it. I
Yeah.
wish I had I wish I had a magic message for all people to believe either the gospel or in Plexus. I haven't come up with one, and so if you guys come up with one, please share it because I'd like to use it. But I don't know, you just you model it, you share it, you just have a heart to serve people and help people. What we have helps people. Like where did Ethan go? Is he off here?
I think he had to drop.
I mean, he has some great things, and a lot of us have great stories. And so there's a lot of people. I think people are becoming more health conscious, conscious.
Yeah. Come on.
Conscious, yeah, and more health conscious right now. I know I am. I'm turning 49. Things are changing, and so I'm looking for my new 100%. And even adjusting my supplements that I take. But um, I think just don't take it personal, and I guess really check the reason. Some people will quit when they're told no. Um, I guess that tells me what they believe.
Fact.
Like, I don't, I wish I could. It's
Couple
No, you're
things.
spot on. You're good. I'm in the same bucket. Keep pushing through.
Just
Well,
keep
yeah,
serving people. There's people that need what you have. There's people praying for what you actually have
100%.
to offer.
And Chris, being new, right? Couple things on that in that same vein, right? No just simply means I don't know enough. One. Two, we have to remember that gut health is a fairly new mainstream topic,
Mm,
right? Like
right.
people are still so ingrained in prescriptive medication and
Yep.
the reactive approach instead of the proactive approach, right? They want to pay for their health rather than invest in their health, right? That's just how we've been programmed. And so you got to understand in this very beginning, you're gonna hear no a lot, simply because people just don't know enough, right?
Mhm.
And so what Justin said is keep showing up, keep educating. And on the vein of education, right? You're educating with stories and you're don't feel like, because I remember being at the beginning, people were like, so what is gut health? And I try to like give this like real immaculate, like scientific, what I'm saying? They should gut microbiome and yada yada yada. Like you don't need all that. You don't need all that. You're like, I take this stuff and it makes me feel good, bro. I'm just telling you, you should give it a shot. What do you have to lose? And when you have that confidence, it's about in the call I was on before this. Phil Malakovic said this: people need connection, right? And there was one, oh man, he said he dropped a bunch of nuggets. People, yeah, he said you don't need to convince people; you need to connect with people.
Mhm.
Mm.
That joint that blew my mind. Right? Because we find ourselves in this pattern of, oh, well, I just want to convince people that these products are great. Guess what? We don't have to convince. Just show them. Just keep showing them. You got testimony upon testimony upon testimony upon testimony, right? You have guys like everybody on this call who has had a life change through Plexus. And so don't feel the need to try to convince them, connect with them. Try to seek to understand rather than to be understood. I think that's a Stephen Covey quote.
Um, that's something I do share when I've taught or coached a lot of people and one is that don't go for the close, go for the connection. Especially when you first meet someone, don't chase them out of the gym with a package of hydrate. Like, you know, just make a connection. They're a human being with needs. And so, like, I think if you have the heart to help human beings that have needs, whatever those needs are, maybe it's plexus, maybe they need a number to your drywaller cousin. I don't know. Just be willing and available to meet people's needs. If you have the heart, I think, to serve people, not sell people, then your numbers will, I think, go up. Like God can use that. Like God needs salesmen, maybe, I don't know, but he wants servants. And so it says the greatest among you will be your servant. So you want to be great, serve. You want to be greater than the next guy, serve more than him. I don't know. It seems like a pretty simple recipe to me, but there's a lot of people out there that honestly are praying for a health fix. There's a lot of people praying for a business opportunity, and we have both.
I hope y'all heard that. Have a heart and took notes. Have a heart and serve people, not sell people. I hope y'all wrote that down because I did. I also typed that in the chat. I appreciate that one.
What else you guys got?
Any other questions? We got Justin for another 5 minutes.
Don't be afraid. Ask. I'll answer.
All right, I got a question. I'm 5 years in, haven't even hit silver. What's the Who do you talk to? Who do you talk to the most? Like You do family? Do you do acquaintances? Do you do friends? Who do you talk to most?
Well, that's a great question. I think it depends on relationships for one, but our biggest, teams aren't family. Family might be the hardest sale, might be the hardest sale out of all of them. I don't know, you know. So, and the closest to you might be the hardest ones to convince for whatever reason. And so, I mean, like for one, who are you? Like, so who are you talking to? Like, if you are, who's in your circle? Who are you? Who are you sharing this stuff with?
I've talked to close friends, family, and nobody seems to care.
They may not, and but there's people out there who do. Um, a lot of people really don't care about health and gut health and those things until they have a problem. Especially if you're talking to guys, we like if it's not broke, we don't have to fix it. Like
Not
we don't
broke, don't
really,
fix it. Yep. Yep.
like that's just how we are. And so, right or wrong, but there's just again, and what's your network like? Like, how are you like at work, or I mean, outside of the ones you've already talked to? I mean,
I work a lot. I work, 10, 12-hour days, 5 days a week. So it's hard for me to get on. I try my Facebook stuff, but most of my friends are Plexus already. So
mhm.
it's kind of, and it's hard to add other people that I don't know. For me personally, it's really hard. So it's kind of, who do I add? Who do I talk to? What do I do? Where do I start is kind of where I'm at. I had I had an upline, my direct upline quit on me like mid last year. So I'm on a team still that I get help from, but I have no direct upline I can go to for questions.
Well, who was their upline?
Uh one of my other upline, and then I have a diamond that I talk to too. So that's kind of hard to, but both of them are farther away, so I don't really have anybody close anymore.
Yeah. Well, the cool thing about the internet and technology, we don't have to be close. You can talk to either one of whoever your direct upline is now. I mean, definitely be reaching out to them. I mean, I don't know what type of team training, that they offer or whatever, but I'm sure they're offering something or somebody in your upline somewhere is. And so keep going until you hit Alec Clark. Like keep going up the food chain until you hit the CEO of the company. I mean, so that's one thing. Another thing is whatever. So there's real fast like your warm market. So one of the things is like for a warm market is people whether it's friends, family, coworkers, people that you already have some sort of a connection or relationship with. That's always a great place to start. And so if you have exhausted every one of the people that you know on the planet, and none of us have yet, so one, start with that list. And two, when you start meeting new people, as far as like who do you add or whatever, it may be helpful to go on like, you know, I don't know what you're into, whether it's hunting or fishing or cooking or whatever the thing that you might do is. But if you're seeking to find people on a social media platform, then there are some things that you can do. You can get involved in groups that are part of something that's important to you, whether it's what again, fishing, hunting, cooking, whatever it is, gardening. You can find and start meeting people at places like that on a social media platform. That's one place if you've already exhausted your warm market. And then with those people that you might start to meet or whatever, just add value in those groups. Really try to add value to those people, and then you can make a connection. And then as they get warm, your warm market, then you can start to share with them, or as they see your stuff, they may start to ask questions or whatever. So really, as far as network marketing goes, the network or the marketing never stops. Like you're constantly talking to your warm market or meeting a cold market or making the cold market your warm market so that you can talk to them. Like it never, the idea of networking and marketing never stops. It's a constant thing.
And something that Justin just said, even about when you're sharing, are you sharing a lot about Plexus, Chancey?
I'm trying, but it's hard because I'm not allowed to have my phone at work.
Right.
So when I have time, yes, I try.
When you do share, it's primarily about Plexus, right?
Yeah,
So
that and uplifting stuff.
yeah. So you want to focus, and I know this is gonna sound counterintuitive, but you want to focus more on. I'm indexing on something that Justin just said. This is a yes and. You want to focus on creating value for people. People don't care how much you know, and they don't care what you know until they know you care and until they know you, right? And so I want you to switch your posting up to be more about you, like who is Chancey, right?
Okay.
What are Chancey's passions? What is Chancey's family like? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like that's the type of stuff that you have to mix in because if it's all plexus, or if it's primarily plexus, people are gonna say, "Oh man, he just trying to sell me a bill, and I don't want any part of it." Right?
Okay.
When you watch the really dope diamonds, who share like I'm connected with Megan and Justin, and dude, when they share, it's like family life, family life, family life, sprinkle plexus. Family life, family life. Oh, we have these awesome supplements. Family life, but like when you watch them, you feel like you know them, right? Like so you can see their life. You can see that they actually love to come together and serve people. One of my favorite things about Justin's post right now, he's posting about this men group. I'm not gonna lie, I'm slick jealous that I can't be a part of because I don't live where he live and go to his church. But I asked him if there was a live stream. So Justin, I need you to work on that. But
We're
anyway,
not that,
um,
we're not that far away. You can drive up,
we might have to make that happen.
be
Um,
perfect.
But yeah, man, share your life, dude. Tell your story. Do people know your story? Do people know why you're so passionate about these products, right?
Okay.
You know, and if they can understand the heart behind why you're sharing it, they'll be more apt to engage rather than, but if they don't know why, you're just, it's like the spam bots. It's the spam bots, right? People reaching out, "Hey, how are you doing?" I'm like, no one talks like that, right? But if it's Plexus, people like, "Oh my gosh, this spam bot keeps talking about this Plexus stuff," right? Who even is he? So, hey, little one. But anyway, that's my encouragement. Um, any other questions? I know I said we had 5 minutes, 9 minutes ago. Any other questions? That's a great question, Chancey.
Mhm.
All
I
right,
got
Luke, you won't call on me. I want to, Chancey, real quick. You post great content, but you are very Plexus heavy. Post engaging content. I've shared about
okay.
that before. Post things that are going to require a response. Whatever your interests are, like he was saying, post something. Hey, what are your favorite running shoes? Whatever it is, people love to give their unsolicited advice. And as far as adding people to your network, I've grown mine to over 200,000 interactions consistently. Reach out to people, friend people who you have at least 100 mutual friends with. And what I do, because I've been very consistent at growing my network, is people that are my dream teamers. If they don't see the vision, I will friend all of their friends. So start going after people that you want to connect with, people that are already successful, that are already business owners, stuff like that. Now shut up.
Love you, Rachel. It's always good to have the spunk in the room. All right, y'all. If we don't have any more questions, I'm gonna close this out. But I want to index on some takeaways tonight. My first takeaway, and again, Justin, thank you so much for being willing to share. But did y'all hear the grit in that first year and a half that brought him home? Right? When you have a vision, right? And that grit stemmed out of his prayer, Lord, there has to be more than this.
Mhm.
That desire, that innate desire inside of him that just said, there has to be more to life than grinding away for 16, 17, 18 hours a day, not seeing my wife, not seeing my kids, knowing my wife is at home sick and having to struggle with 5 kids, yada, yada. There has to be more than this. I don't know if y'all been there, but I say that to my wife all the time. I say it to my wife all the time. Babe, I get it, right? Like we live a great life. I am so blessed with the life I have. 100%. But I do believe the Lord is calling me to more. The question is, am I willing to be disciplined enough to do the things that are going to allow me to sustain where he's taking me? That's the question. Are you disciplined enough to do the things consistently that are going to allow you to sustain where you're going? Because everybody wants success, right? John Maxwell says it like this. He said, everybody wants to do what I do. The question is, do you want to do what I did? That's the question, right? And so we have to, this is more about, it's not about where you're going. It's not as much about where you're going as it is about who you're becoming.
Mhm.
This business network marketing is about who you become in the process, and people miss that. People think network marketing is about time freedom and abundance and like all this. Yes, that stuff comes. That stuff comes. But all of the people that I know that are at the top of the company have become better people who, what Justin said earlier, are really, 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 really good at serving people. Really good at serving people. Everybody that I know that I'm connected with, and I'm connected with a lot of folk in this company, y'all. They're all just really servant-hearted people who love people well and want to see people win. We hear from the stage at every convention. There's a seat for you at the table. The question is, are you going to walk up the stairs and take your seat at the table? It takes work. You got to get off the couch. You got to come up out the basement. You got to walk up the stairs and you got to take your seat at the table and eat dinner. So I want to leave y'all with that tonight. Who are you willing to become so that you can sustain the life that you believe you're called to? If you can answer that question, if you can answer that question, there will be no stopping you. Justin, any final comments?
I said I want to leave you with a scripture. It's my favorite passage of scripture ever, but it's Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 and 6. And it says, this is just in light of your Plexus business or whatever, who it is you need to reach out to. It's just for life in general. And so you can apply it to any and every area of life. But Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not unto your own understanding. In all of your ways, acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. And so if you're wanting to know what path to take, I can't necessarily tell you. But I can tell you to trust in the Lord and acknowledge him, and he will show you, he will direct your steps. He will direct your path and show you what path to take. He'll show you how to post. He'll show you who to reach out to. He'll lay someone on your heart as you're asking. And once he does, do something with it. Respond,
Hmm.
with faith, like Christopher with that faith cross up on the wall. Respond, and so that's what we've done from the beginning. I don't even know how else to explain it. I wish I could say we are the best and greatest business gurus in the world. We're not, like, honestly. And so a lot of prayer, a lot of asking, a lot of receiving, and a lot of it made no sense to my understanding, to be honest. Why some people joined, why some didn't, why some quit, and why some actually succeeded. Like, I don't know, and so keep showing up, keep your eyes on the Lord, and do what He's telling you to do. That's my advice.
And I have nothing else after that. I think that's a fantastic way to close. All right, y'all. With that, we bid you all a good night from the Bro Code. We will see y'all next Thursday. Have a great evening.